whatever part of the world you're watching this video. What you're looking at is a screenshot from Neil Oakley's videos from yesterday, or one of Neil Oakley's videos from yesterday, the 24th of January 2017, Nibiru. OMG, WTF is that? Excuse me. Well, Neil's video this is a second video of two videos. The first one was even more revealing than the second. The first one was a little bit revealing, and the second one was just mind-blowing. Look, what I can say to you is that these things here are definitely meteors, and that one there, I can prove that to you. Neil filmed 5 meteors in one go. That just shows you the start of where I started doing the screenshots, and I did that because I wanted to double check where this one was going to. They got absolutely smashed there yesterday in England for chemtrails. Just, I've never seen anything like it. Just unbelievable. Like, it's sick. It's actually sick. This is a meteor coming down, the one that you're looking at. And this is on the second video. Now you can clearly see the bloody great object. I'm not going to call it a planet. It may be. Now, the scary thing about this is that it's in exactly the same position, more or less, to the sunset or sun going up as the ones that are being filmed in America. What that means, I don't know, but it ain't good. Now that's the object there. That's the meteor. You can see it punch through here and then started to come down in a big black line, and then it just kept on falling. Oh, it didn't fall into this, went into the atmosphere. So you can see it there. Look, it started here and just went straight through. And as you can see there, look, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty sure there's another one in here somewhere. That's the beginning of the other meteor there. There's 1, 2, and then there's another one just here, and there's 2 on this side. You'll see them in a sec. Here we go. 1 there. Look, that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's another one there. 5, that's the one. 5. Unbelievable. I think Neil must have broken a world record for videotaping meteors yesterday. But if you want to go and have a look at it, get on there. You can see it for yourself. And push that screenshot up. Okay. Folks, as I said, I'm not really going to be doing many more videos on this now. It's just there's people that are out there doing it more capable. If people want me to break them down for them, yeah, I can do that. But in my honest opinion, if you're looking at this and you're not thinking there's a problem, and you're not looking at the fact that there's like, look at all these chemtrails. Look at that. This isn't clouds here to there. That's a huge chemtrail. Look at this. What is this? You can make it out 100%. Actually, a big circle inside that circle. Crystal clear. Why? Why is there a big circle inside a circle? Look. You can actually physically make it out with your own eye. Don't know what that is. For all I know, could be another meteor. But it's definitely there, and they filmed them in America and the UK now at approximately the same time, you know, at sunset or sunrise. So who knows? While I've got you there, I'll show you one other thing of interest. I think it's interesting. A couple of weeks ago, I was looking through Sam Houston's, or watching a video from Sam Houston. I did a screenshot of this area here. Now, what grabbed my attention at first was there's a face here. Now, I don't know whether somebody's playing games or whatever, whether this is supposed to be a, what's the word I'm looking for? A superimposed image on another image or whatever. But this really threw me because you can clearly see that face there. Like, it's not like it doesn't exist. It's there. Look. Now, is that freaky or what? Now, not only that, have a look at this big white thing here. Does that look like a sheep's head to anybody? Big ear out here, big white thing here, big eyeball, mouth here, neck. I call it a sheep's head or a Nefertiti's head. Now, the other scary thing is here, and I'll go through it with you, is have a look at this bit here. Look at this here. Surely this must be put on by somebody. Can you see that there? It looks like an alien with a hoop shirt on, standing next to Jesus. And then if you're looking at this, look, this looks like the devil. Look, got a horn, the whole thing. So let me go to the other one. This is the one that I did where I marked it all up. Look, for all I know, I might be losing my mind. But it'd be nice to see what other people thought of it. Look at this. Eye, ear, look, big floppy ear, mouth, alien head or sheep's head, or Nefertiti, you know, the Egyptian god, whatever it is. Two men coming through time. That's what it looked like to me. And then if you look over here, you see these two old blokes standing here? Look, have a look at the silhouette. Two old men in deep conversation. Surely this must be a joke. Someone put this on here for a reason. Can anybody else see that? Because that is super freaky, isn't it? Or am I just losing my mind and just making things up in my own head? But like I said, this kind of threw me. So I started to think, maybe there's something going on here. Be interesting to see everybody's thoughts. But like I said, you can clearly see the two old boys here. The alien there, look, eye, nose. It's like a grey alien wearing a hoop shirt. And this is Jesus. And then there's this devil thing here, attacking a sheep's head. And just of late, I've been getting lots of emails from everybody. Yeah, I've been getting lots of emails from everybody panicking and, oh my God, keep doing videos. And, you know, like, well, guys, I can't really see the point in doing videos anymore because there's other people that are out there filming and stuff like that, and you can actually see pretty well what they're showing you anyway. And like I said, if you're actually looking at these videos now, some of these videos that are coming out that are clearly showing planets, you know, you shouldn't need me to tell you what's right and what's wrong. And that got me into the whole thinking about everybody sort of vein. And, you know, look, if you're upset and you're freaking out a little bit, I would say to you that we're all in this together, no matter what. If you think that you're doing it on your own, you're not. There's a reason why you're here. You probably chose to be here at this time. Remember that. You've probably lived 1,000 lifetimes before this one, and you chose to be here for this event, to see it through, or to die through it, or whatever. But, you know, don't just throw in the towel because things may look a bit tough. Throw in the towel when things are really tough, or after things are tough. Don't throw in the towel before things are tough, because that's not going to do you or anybody else any good. At least see it through and then throw in the towel if you want. You know, you got to toughen up a bit and have a bit of backbone and listen to what your gut instinct tells you. I don't think I put these things on the internet to show people how scary as shit it is. I put them up there to actually enlighten people and tell people, to make people aware. I'm hoping that more people will become aware more than anything else. That's the whole reason I do these videos. And, you know, at the end of the day, that's up to you whether you believe it or not. You might watch 10 videos, and I know there's a guy yesterday who's watched 10, 20 videos of mine and 30 videos, and then all of a sudden he just turned on me yesterday. I'm like, okay, mate, we'll see you later. I don't get it, but I suppose you're only as good as your last game, and you're only as good as your last video, I guess. But something's been bugging me about all this, and I saw something recently on a video. I think it was Jonathan Kleck, where he was explaining about, you know, this sort of stuff. And excuse me, but as you know, I'm not religious. I don't really pertain to be super religious about any religions, or, which is a funny word in itself, because why do you have to be classed as religious? I'm not. I'm spiritual, I guess. But Strop and I have talked many times about the fact that the more we delve into this, the more of a spiritual journey it takes. Because unless you're prepared to open yourself up to whatever, I use the word gifts, or gifts that are given to you to see things, and you know, you just virtually see nothing, I guess. But I remember this thing that this Jonathan Kleck said, and I know some people are going to freak out because I got a crap voice, and it's not a real preaching voice, I guess. But I want to read this to you, because at the end of it, it's got something very pertinent for a lot of people. And there's a few things in it that I think are quite good, that it took me a long time to remember what this was about. So I'll read it to you now. And it's Luke 21, King James Version. And he looked up, that's Jesus, and saw the rich men casting their gifts into the treasury. And he saw also a certain poor widow casting in 2 pennies. And he said, of a truth I say unto you, that this poor widow hath cast in more than they all. For all these have of their abundance cast in unto the offerings of God. But she of her penury hath cast in all the living that she had. And as some spake of the temple, how it was adorned with godly gifts, stones and gifts, he said, as for these things which ye behold, the days will come, in the which there shall not be left one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. And they asked him, saying, Master, but when shall these things be? And what sign will there be when these things shall come to pass? And he said, take heed that ye be not deceived, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ. And the time draweth near. Go ye not therefore after them. So I'm guessing that means that there's going to be a lot of people pretending to be Christ or God or whatever. I am Christ, and the time draweth near. Go ye not therefore after them. But when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass. And he said, take heed that ye not be deceived, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and the time draweth near. Go ye not therefore after them. But when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. Then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. Which is kind of funny, because there's not many kingdoms around anymore, is there? And great earthquakes shall be in divers places, and famines and pestilence, and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. Well, how about meteors, planets, fake suns, the stars' alignments being out massively by 20 degrees? But before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. Well, hasn't that already happened with all these, you're not allowed to say the Lord's Prayer anymore at school. Your kids aren't allowed to wear crosses to school, all that sort of stuff. And it shall turn to you for a testimony. Settle it therefore in your hearts, not to meditate before what ye shall answer. For I will give you a mouth in wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. And ye shall be betrayed by parents and brethren and kinsfolk and friends. And some of you shall they cause to be put to death. Marvelous. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. I wonder if that just means, Christianity or Catholics, or, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. I suppose that just means Christian, doesn't it? So that's a big whack of people. But there shall not a hair on your head perish. In your patience possess ye your souls. And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. Strop and I were talking about that. What if that was the recent United Nations ganging up on Israel about the settlements issue? Because really, that's the United Nations is all the world's governments, for want of better terms, and armies ganging up on Israel, and I wonder if that's close to that. Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are in the countries enter thereinto. Well, that kind of baffled me, because I thought Judea was just an old saying, but Judean desert, West Bank. It's actually in the West Bank, which is in, obviously Jerusalem is in the West Bank, but is it? I thought Jerusalem was part of Israel. And I actually thought Jerusalem was given to Israel. I thought the whole place was given to Israel at the beginning. Maybe I'm deluded. But that's interesting. So I don't know where the mountains are around here, but, well, there's one there. So that's interesting, isn't it? So I suppose when we hear of people flying up into the mountains, but who would be going to the mountains? For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. I'm guessing that means breastfeeding. For there shall be great distress in the land, and wrath upon this people. I don't know if he means the Jewish people or the Muslims, one or the other, or the Christians, one of the three. and they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations. When I read that, the first thing that came to my mind was all the Muslims who are now going into Europe. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. No idea what that means. And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. Gets better. Men's hearts failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are common on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. So if you're not preparing and you're not ready for your gut instinct tells you that there's something wrong, and you're actually seeing something wrong, and people don't believe you, well, when this comes to pass, they will be shitting themselves, I reckon, literally. But the same people will still look up in the sky, see a planet, get in their cars and drive to work, even though they're scared shitless. You still won't. I read this as like, you still won't be able to convince them. Even though their hearts are failing them for fear, they still won't be able to be convinced. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And what's the power of heaven? My understanding of that would probably be that it's going to be like earthquakes in heaven, and there's going to be shitloads of meteors hitting the earth. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. Well, if they weren't panicking then, they probably would be then. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draws near. And he spoke to them a parable. Behold the fig tree and all the trees. One thing I didn't understand about this was, for your redemption draw near. Redemption from what? All the pain and suffering? Because I don't get into this sin thing. That just doesn't sit well with me. Because one person's sin is just as bad as another's at the end of the day. And one good person, I know people who've never been to church in their lives, but they're the most decent people I've ever met. So I don't understand this thing about sin. I just don't get that. And he spake to them a parable. Behold the fig tree and all the trees. When they now shoot forth, ye see and know of your own selves that summer is now at hand. That's true. So likewise, when ye see these things come to pass, know ye that the kingdom of God is nigh at hand. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass away till all be fulfilled. Which generation? Our generation now? Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. And take heed to yourselves, lest any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting. Now that one really stumped me, and I was kind of glad I looked it up, because it's a verb and it's cause someone to desire no more of something as a result of having consumed or done it to excess. I am surfeit with shopping. If anybody's ever heard anybody say that, satiate, gorge, overfeed, overfill, glut, cram, stuff. He never surfeited on rich wine. That makes sense. How about beer? Don't know about you guys, but well, some of you people, but I know I've done a few nights on the beer and I probably shouldn't have. So where were we? I thought that was interesting, because I've always said that, you can't stop the latte sipping brigade with a credit card in their hands and a shopping mall down the road. You've got no chance. You might as well shoot yourself in your own foot than try and save them from turning the other way and even looking up in the sky. They're not interested. They don't care. They're not interested. Which goes back to men's hearts failing them for fear. Well, if the men's hearts are failing them for fear, what are the women going to be doing? And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares. And so that day came upon you unawares. Kind of makes sense, because we're all awake and we're all watching and listening. And I wouldn't suggest for a minute that any of us are going too crazy on excesses at the moment. Don't know about you guys, but I'm too busy trying to piece everything together to get ready for everything else. For as a snare shall it come on all of them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. Watch ye therefore, and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape. This is the bit that got me. And this is the bit that I wanted everyone to listen to, especially the people that are freaking out at the moment, because it's kind of interesting. Watch ye therefore, and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. So my reading of that, correct me if I'm wrong, so into the sermon, so to speak, my understanding of that is that regardless of who you are, then there isn't going to be a free pass from this event. So even if you're in an enlightenment, or you're in, you think you're one of God's chosen people, or you get up in the morning, you pray to God every day, and you do this and that, and you help old ladies cross the street, and well, that's all good and wonderful and everything else, but I get the feeling that there is no free pass for this. Every single one of us has to approach this with enlightenment, fortitude, and a real service to others. Because I've said this before, if you think you're going to do this on your own, then hey, go down to the local store, buy a white t-shirt, get a big red bullseye put on it, and start walking around town in it, because that's all you're going to get. That's all you're going to do. If you're prepared to be service to others and maybe say a prayer or two on your own and help other people, and your number one desire out of this is to make sure that you save, even if it's just one person, just one, and that person's not you, by the way. So basically, if you don't give a crap about yourself, but you're prepared to let the next person go before you, and you're prepared to save them for you, for yourself, then that's what this is about. If you're not in it for that, then perhaps you're not heading down the right path, and you're not in. Go and buy the t-shirt, get the target put on it, will you? Because I'd be quite happy to shoot you, because I don't want you with me if you're going to be like that. I've got to be honest. Time's short, like I said, and there's no time for time wasters. So interesting, eh? I don't know what everyone else thinks of that, but it's been bugging me for ages. But that last bit really got to me, because I thought, well, watch ye therefore, and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. Well, my understanding of being able to stand in front of the Son of Man is that you have to pass a test. And it isn't an easy test. And it isn't 2 + 2. And I'll probably get that right because I'm a little bit dyslexic, but there you go. But my point is that you want to stand before the Son of Man, and you want to do something extremely powerful to get there. That's my opinion. But the trick is you got to do it so that you're not trying to prove yourself to be better than anybody else, a smart ass, a Wally. You've got to want to do it for everyone else, not you. And unfortunately, it looks like we're all going through this together. So you're here for a reason. So I would say to all the people that are freaking out, well, toughen up a little bit. Remember that you're here for a reason and get on with it. And like they said, so into the sermon. Anyway, folks, it's been a pleasure. It's been fun. But it's now time to get serious and stop doing all these videos. Because honestly, folks, prep out. G'day everyone, Prep Aussie here. I hope you're all well in whatever part of the world you're watching this video. What you're looking at is a screenshot from Neil Oakley's videos from yesterday, or one of Neil Oakley's videos from yesterday, the 24th of January 2017, Nibiru. OMG, WTF is that? Excuse me. Well, Neil's video this is a second video of two videos. The first one was even more revealing than the second. The first one was a little bit revealing, and the second one was just mind-blowing. Look, what I can say to you is that these things here are definitely meteors, and that one there, I can prove that to you. Neil filmed 5 meteors in one go. That just shows you the start of where I started doing the screenshots, and I did that because I wanted to double check where this one was going to. They got absolutely smashed there yesterday in England for chemtrails. Just, I've never seen anything like it. Just unbelievable. Like, it's sick. It's actually sick. This is a meteor coming down, the one that you're looking at. And this is on the second video. Now you can clearly see a bloody great object. I'm not going to call it a planet. It may be. Now, the scary thing about this is that it's in exactly the same position, more or less, to the sunset or sun going up as the ones that have been filmed in America. What that means, I don't know, but it ain't good. Now that's the object there. That's the meteor. You can see it punched through here and then started to come down in a big black line, and then it just kept on falling. Oh, it didn't fall into this, went into the atmosphere. So you can see it there. Look, it started here and just went straight through. And as you can see there, look, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty sure there's another one here somewhere. That's the beginning of the other meteor there. There's 1, 2, and then there's another one just here, and there's 2 on this side. You'll see them in a sec. Here we go. 1 there. Look, that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's another one there. 5, that's the one. 5. Unbelievable. I think Neil must have broken a world record for videotaping meteors yesterday. But if you want to go and have a look at it, get on there. You can see it for yourself. I'll boost that screenshot up. Okay. folks, as I said, I'm not really going to be doing many more videos on this now. It's just there's people that are out there doing it more capable. If people want me to break them down for them, yeah, I can do that. But in my honest opinion, if you're looking at this and you're not thinking there's a problem, and you're not looking at the fact that there's like, look at all these chemtrails. Look at that. This isn't clouds here to there. That's a huge chemtrail. Look at this. What is this? You can make it out 100%. Actually, a big circle inside that circle. Crystal clear. Why? Why is there a big circle inside a circle? Look. You can actually physically make it out with your own eye. Don't know what that is. For all I know, could be another meteor.